And joining us now is Kimberly Washington.
CPA Kimberly Washington.
Kimberly Washington.
CPA Kimberly Washington joins.
Kimberly Washington. Kimberly, good to have you here with us. And look, it's a month out, but for some of us, are we a little behind?
You want to file your tax return as soon as possible. Why? Because of identity theft. These cases are on the rise. And if someone uses your information, get your refund before you do, it's going to take you a while before you can get your refunds. And last but certainly not least, there's a lot of tax law changes. So you want to get that tax return in as soon as possible.
This is your money. You just don't have to wait to get it. So explain to folks some of these advance payments that are coming right now.
This is your money. You do not have to wait to get it. And that's because with the American Rescue Plan, it allows you to receive your money in advance instead of waiting until April 15th.
Silicon Valley Bank. Yes. Many people want to know whether their deposits are safe and how are bank deposits insured.
Right. So a lot of people are asking that question right now when it comes to their bank deposits, rather. And so they're just wondering, how does that work? So number one thing you do want to keep in mind is that your deposits are insured up to $250,000 per bank, okay?
What's up? What happened?
Right, so a lot has happened, of course, in the last few years, and that's because a lot of the tax credits that were available have been reduced, and some of them actually been eliminated, such as the child tax credit, the expanded child tax credit, and also the earned income tax credit. So some of those tax credits are no longer available, and because of this, Americans are seeing lower tax refunds, and they're asking the question, what should I do?
Let's start with child tax credit payments. How do you expect that to impact refunds?
Right, so this is a really big deal. So many individuals, they're going to receive a letter in the mail if they received the child tax credit payments last year. You want to use that letter and actually use it when you file your tax return. That's because you need to report any amounts that you received last year, and you want to reconcile it when filing this year.
Right, this is a good thing. Of course, it does have to pass, but what Biden is actually proposing at this time is a 3-month holiday. It was temporarily, of course, suspend the federal gas tax rate. Right now, it's about 18 cents per gallon. Of course, diesel is a little bit higher, but this, of course, will provide some relief for individuals through July through September of this year.
If they are getting a refund, they want the fastest way to get their hands on it. And so what is the fastest way?
The fastest way, of course, is make sure your tax return is free from any errors. You want to double check your tax return. Make sure your name, social security numbers are correct on your tax return. Another thing, this is a really big deal if you are co-parenting. Have that discussion with the other parent and determine who's going to actually claim that child, because if not, that can also cause a delay in your refund.
We have a great tool at Forbes Advisor, and it's the income tax calculator. I actually helped out with this calculator, so it's a cool calculator. Like, I can't wait for the holiday. What can I do right now? One of the steps that you can take is actually research shows that if you actually fill up on Mondays, you can actually save money. There's also a tool that you can use. It's an app. It's called Gas Buddy. It can actually find the lowest prices within your area. And of course, you want to take some measures as it relates to keeping your car well maintained and travel lightly, because of course those steps can also help you save some gas at this time.
You know, figure out what's going on with all the new rules.
There's a lot of different rules, but one great tool you can do is head over to the IRS website. They have what's called the VITA program, and so that's where you can find someone within your area that are actually trained professionals that can help you prepare your tax return for free. So that would be one of the things that I would do if I was in that type of situation. Again, you can actually do this online. You can request for a payment arrangement. This way you're paying a couple of dollars each month until you pay that balance out. A lot of cool apps I was able to find. I'm like, okay, I really need to get everybody on board with this. But this one is called Greenlight. So you can actually give your child a debit card, but you can monitor it on your mobile phone. And so you can make certain that they're not spending it at certain places and put different parental controls around it. So I think this is a really good idea, especially in our time where most people are using their debit cards now. Right. So when you think about your tax refund, of course, you want to try to break even at tax time. A lot of people don't think about this, but throughout the year, you want to be able to use that money for different goals that you may have as far as investing or saving, because the whole idea is that you don't want Uncle Sam using your money interest-free throughout the year. So adjust your withholding so you could try to break even when it comes to your tax refund.
Kimberly, thank you so much for joining us. It certainly is a confusing time right now, but you certainly broke it down for us and made it a little bit more simpler to understand.